Hey guys, what's going on? BMcG here. Today we have a showcase on my rank 2 Falcon, and I'm just gonna say it, I am sorry. If you guys click this video, hats off to you, because I would never click a video about Falcon. To me, he's one of the most boring champions in the game to play. I cannot imagine choosing to watch a video on him. So if you guys are in that boat, hey, I really appreciate you guys clicking the video and, checking this one out. This video kind of hurt to make, and, I'm not joking with the title, because he's just so boring. But he's also really good, and I don't think Falcon is ever going to not be useful, unless, the new standard is all defenders have plus 100% ability accuracy on all their effects, meaning his lock-on won't shut them down. But 250 characters already exist, and he counters most of them without external nodes increasing ability accuracy, so Falcon's always going to be useful. And when I duped him, I duped him twice. I don't know if you guys pay much attention to my channel. If you guys are watching, you probably do, because who else is going to click on a Falcon video unless you're a fan of my channel? Regardless, once I got this guy at like Sig 40, and then I got the 6-star Black Widow relic and duped that, I was like, it makes no sense for me to not rank him up. He's always going to be useful, like I said. He's a great counter to Thing, he's a great counter to a bunch of other science champions. He's going to be useful in Battlegrounds. He works really well with that relic, and like you guys were seeing in that Labyrinth fight, I don't know if you guys are familiar with my showcases. Normally I start in like Realm, and then I go to 6.4.1. I just skipped all that because I'm not going to make you guys watch any of that. I'm just going to, show some cool stuff in Labyrinth with the relic and his cruelty stacking, and then go into some Battlegrounds matches. I tried to keep out all the filler footage as much as possible. Not that like the footage in all the other videos is filler, but like it's kind of hard to watch Falcon beat up on an opponent with 500,000 health, and then go to one with 100,000 or 150,000, and then go to Labyrinth. I just don't think it's that necessary for him, because a lot of champions can like fluctuate with how you want to play them based on like the health pool. It could alter the playstyle a bit, make you want to do something more, something less, yada yada yada. Like Future Ant-Man's a good example. You could ramp up a bunch of the disintegration debuffs, and that would allow you to increase your special 2 damage, but that's only really good in larger health pools, whereas like smaller Battlegrounds health pools, you're probably better off just going for special 2s only. So that's a good example of like why I show the Realm and 6.4 fights, just to like give people an idea of like the range of damage. But like Falcon doesn't have that, because he's pretty much all basic attacks. Vega took his Falcon up, and he talked about like the special attacks being kind of useless, and they kind of are. The only reason I'm spamming special 1 here is to increase my precisions that I'm getting from the relic, because every time I'm locked on with Rintra and I strike him, he tries to neutralize me, or not every time, it's like a 60% chance, but every time it fails I gain in precision. So it's giving me extra crit rating, and then the bleeds are also helping, and it's actually a really solid source of damage if you're running deep wounds, but I don't run deep wounds very often. So yeah, this is a rank 4, I think rank 4 or low sig rank 5 Rintra down in like 70 something seconds, so really solid there. And then we're closing off the Battleground showcase with Thing. But like I was trying to say, like, he doesn't really like have like play styles that can alter his damage and make his damage way better. It's just like, yeah, I turn these abilities off, my basics hit hard, that's all I do. And the good thing is, he does it well, so he's always going to be useful in that regard. He's a great Thing counter, like I said, completely turns Thing off with the negative 100 defensive ability accuracy reduction, or whatever. I just said a double negative, so that would be an increase, but negative 100% defensive ability accuracy while locked on. That means he's shutting off any defensive ability unless there is increased ability accuracy, or unless they reverse ability accuracy like Atuma does. So yeah, he's always going to be good in my opinion. That's why I ranked him up. That's why I'm making this video. And I tried to make it as like viewer friendly as possible. I apologize if it's just still super boring to watch, but I tried to find some cool like story content to where he like looks good in, and I tried to find some fights to where like he shines. But like right here, we're just stacking a bunch of precisions. He's really good with his Black Widow relic. He's one of the best champions for it. So if you guys do get that relic, you'll essentially be getting like 6,000 extra crit rating when it's fully ramped up with those precisions. So it's just really solid. And then you pair that with his signature ability. It's just a recipe for all kinds of yellow numbers. He's also really good in areas where he can increase his attack rating, because he scales natively in his kit with crit rating and crit damage rating. So if you give him ways to deal more damage, like let's say prowess, his special 2 will hit significantly harder, or attack rating, he'll hit significantly harder. Yeah, it's the same way with like other champions. Attack rating increase is a flat increase, but crit damage is a diminishing return, like scalar or whatever. That's why, you know, once you get like 50 cruelty and then 99 cruelty, the difference is very small, because you can only increase the crit damage so much in a meaningful way, if that makes sense. Probably not explaining it the best way I could, but you know, that was a 22,000 medium. Granted, this is story content with some, you know, boosters. You know, I'm not running boosts, but like the nodes are boosting us up. So yeah, pretty solid stuff. And then we're gonna end this lane with Human Torch here, and he's a decent counter to Human Torch, because if Human Torch builds Smolder, and I think that gives him a chance to inflict an Incinerate on you. But like Falcon turns that off, and then he also has the Bleed, even though there's the debuff immunity on this node. Just generally speaking, he's a solid Human Torch counter. But yeah, he's got 1 Smolder there, so while we're locked on, I don't think we ever have to worry about him placing an Incinerate on us. Like right there, we just got one. They don't deal an insane amount of damage, so it's not like I have to worry about it all too much. But, you know, now that we're locked on, we don't have to worry about it. And every time it fails to trigger, hey, we're getting a precision. So really solid stuff. And yeah, I think he's a pretty cool character. I just wish he wasn't so boring to use. He's just always going to be, like, if I need an ability turned off and they don't have increased ability accuracy, let's go for Falcon. And, you know, it sucks to say, but, you know, he's just all reliable. That's what he is. He's super reliable. Right here, there's Fighting Fit, Accident Prone, Martial Discipline, Ebb and Flow Heavy. I believe we could turn Ebb and Flow Heavy off. So once we knock him down with a heavy attack, I mean, I thought it turned it off in some of this footage. We'll have to check it out. But this lane I wanted to showcase because Falcon's lock-on can turn off 2 of the 3 defenders I'm going to show. 2 of their annoying mechanics. So, like, let's say someone picks Hulk in Battlegrounds, right? And they're running out of defenders, and they place Hulk. Hulk is a decent defender when he's awakened because he goes unstoppable when entering Gamma Rage, so he essentially requires a counter. I believe he also goes stun immune, so if you stun him then hit him, he essentially gets rid of the stun and then smacks you because he's unstoppable. So you kind of want to counter to him with ability accuracy or unstoppable counter. And we just countered him pretty well. So that's one use. This fight, we're not really going to be able to show much. Sorcerer doesn't really have many defensive abilities other than the regen on block, and you really don't want to just be striking her block because you'd rather just be striking in general. You know, hitting their block does significantly less damage than actually striking them, so you know, you don't want to try to shut off those abilities, just ignore them and don't play into them, is what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, I only wanted to show this one just because it's more of a generic match. But yeah, we're just going to try to lock on again. We actually are already locked on. Protection came back, but then it didn't shut off when I knocked her down because I didn't use a heavy attack. So now I'll punish the special 1 with a heavy. We get a 49k crit on the second hit of the heavy, which is really solid. And now we are just trying to, you know, whittle this fight down. I also do want to note that Sorcerer Supreme does have increased ability accuracy, so that comes native with her signature ability, so it resides in her actual kit. She can get up to 50% extra ability accuracy, so she, you know, if she did have some things that we needed to shut off, well, we wouldn't have been able to shut it off reliably. It would have been a coin flip. Next up, we have iHulk on the same lane, and he has his immortality that can trigger, and Falcon can shut that off. I've actually seen people use iHulk on Battlegrounds defense solely due to him needing defensive ability actually to counter his immortality. Unless you're using someone like Nick Fury who can just completely outdamage the like his health pool before triggering him to go immortal, because the his gamma thing right there, I'm not sure what it's called. Stored gamma is essentially stored health, and he needs 15 of that to go immortal. So right now he's at 15, I believe. So if we basically KO him with bleed or without striking with basics, he can go immortal. But since we use basics and we're locked on, the hits we're dealing, you know, negative 100% defensive ability accuracy reduction. So we didn't have to worry about it. So really solid counter to him there. Next up, we have an auto blocking lane. This was like the last thing I could think of that could have been a useful like showcase for you guys. And you know, there's some decent like auto blockers on here, like Heimdall. He's got some auto block going. MODOK has some auto block going, but he also gets above 100% ability actually on the auto block. So it's not like it's a guaranteed you know, shutdown. But it's a pretty solid enough shutdown. So we're just gonna try to you know, bait special ones from Heimdall here. This dude loves throwing his heavy attack. It's honestly really annoying. But we're gonna lock on right here, and now we go in. We need to disarm him, so we just need to get an intercept or a well-timed block. And then if we go for the special 2, this will give us increased damage because of the nodes. While the weapon is on cooldown, we get, I think, 200% extra damage on our special 2. So it's really solid there for him because he can just, you know, nuke with the guaranteed crit while locked on with the last hit of a special 2. Right there, Heimdall auto block because we were not locked on. So now we are just trying to, you know, get this dude done. I'm not sure if that counts as being on cooldown. No, so it does not count as being on cooldown. So I should have held my power there, and then went for the, you know, special 2 after I can get a well-timed block in. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. Heimdall does have an annoying special 2. He goes unblockable. So we're just going to try to bait a heavy here. We get it, and we close out the fight with just a, you know, medium attack. So pretty solid stuff there. Next up, we have MODOK. Like I was saying, this dude's got auto block, but he also has increased ability accuracy, so we won't always shut down the auto block, but we'll do a decent enough job at it to where it won't really matter. You guys will see he ends up auto blocking us while we're locked on, but I think that's later in the fight because he's got like some weird sig ability that's like not transparent, and he gains like random ability actually. There's some formula it follows, but I couldn't be bothered to figure that out. I'm pretty sure someone else has already figured it out, so you guys can probably search it if you want to. But yeah, right there we go for the special 2. Really solid damage there. Don't know what happened there. I used the light attack to try to like bait him into using a special after I knocked him down, but I just couldn't dex in time, so you know, it is what it is. And we close out this fight with special 1, and he's gone. So really solid fight there in my opinion. Next up we have Medusa, and she, you know, has the same nodes as the last 2 defenders. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm quite bored watching myself play Falcon, and yeah. If you guys made it at least this far in the video, comment below and just let me know, because I'm genuinely interested to see how many people would have actually made it this far in the video. I can only see average video view duration. I can't see like how many people watched up to a certain point, at least not that I'm aware of. So if you guys do care and you just want to like comment down below and let me know that you guys made it this far, hey, I would appreciate it, because if you guys are here, I do appreciate you. We're struggling through this Falcon video together. Yeah, guys, I tried to make him as, look as fun as possible. And I say that as my remote falls to the floor off my bed. This video has definitely derailed a little bit. But yeah, we're just gonna finish out this fight, finish out this video. I will upload it, delete it, and never watch this footage again. So I do thank you guys for watching. If you guys are still here and you, for some unknown reason, enjoyed this content, consider subscribing. I will have less boring content coming out in the future, like my Rank 2 Domino and Rank 2 Silk. So yeah, I'll see you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out, and thank you for watching if you're still here.